What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Back with my segment, Ego Rumor Mill. And as the title suggests, this is a rumor. It is not official, but there's a good indication that this could happen. Now, I talked to some people, and it looks like Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. should be facing J. Leon Love in his next bout. The bout would happen this summer, July 16th. Location and all the details aren't finalized. Possibly in the StubHub. Most likely it'll take place in California. J. Leon Love trains in Las Vegas. So I think they're trying to get Chavez's core fan base to show up. So I think it's going to happen in California. And as to not give J. Leon Love the hometown advantage because he is the TMT fighter who trains out of Vegas. So most likely it'll happen maybe in Carson, California at the StubHub. I believe Funfara versus Chavez Jr. happened at the StubHub. So that seems like a logical place to put it. And I want to give my thoughts on this potential fight because it is still potential, but it looks like it's going to happen this summer. I don't know the weight. That's the other thing. Anytime you mention the name Chavez Jr., there has to be a question. He fought Marco Reyes in his last fight, got injured. I believe that was at a catchweight. Funfara was at a catchweight off of a long layoff. He was dealing with, Chavez Jr. was dealing with the Top Rank lawsuit or whatever, trying to get out of his contract. So I don't know the exact weight. J. Leon Love is a super middleweight, so 168. And I actually like the fight. In fact, I like the fight better than Badou Jack versus Chavez Jr. for a few reasons. Met J. Leon Love and also Badou Jack, seen him, and did an interview with Jack. He's pretty big. He's pretty tall, and I think he's bigger than J. Leon Love. And he's a WBC champion. And to me, Chavez Jr. hasn't really done anything to immediately get a title shot. You know what I mean? I thought he didn't look good versus Reyes. Before that, he got stopped by Funfara, if I'm not mistaken. And before that, he was on the long layoff. So what has he really done? You know what I mean? And again, Badou Jack he's pretty tall, pretty big. And I think he's more technically and fundamentally sound than a J. Leon Love. So I think the J. Leon Love is more of an even match for Chavez Jr. in terms of the skill set. And it'll be interesting to see how J. Leon Love deals with someone with that type of size. He says he's redisciplined, refocused on his craft ever since he lost to Porky Medina. He got stopped in that fight, and he had to put down some of the things, the errors of his ways. So he's trying to be focused. Same thing with Chavez Jr. Chavez Jr. no longer with Robert Garcia. He's back with Freddie Roach. I think it's a good fit. That's kind of the guy he had most of his big fights with, like the Manfredi fight, Marco Antonio Rubio, I believe, was Freddie Roach, Sergio Martinez, etc. Robert Garcia, good trainer, but I mean, he looked horrible to me versus Reyes. So I'm not going to blame that on Roberto Garcia, but Freddie Roach is someone he's familiar with. Maybe Freddie Roach, going back to him, he'll be able to get through to him. I don't really know. Plus, Justin Fortune is a good strength and conditioning coach. And I've seen some pictures on Chavez Jr.'s Instagram. He looks to be in decent shape, and he should, because he was initially supposed to fight Badou Jack. So he had maybe half of a training camp, then pulled out with an injury. And then he had some downtime. And now it looks like this is going to be the next particular fight. So he looks like he's in better shape. He looks big, but he doesn't. I've seen him look big where he looks sloppy, where he looked pudgy and stuff, portly. He looks like he at least has some muscle to him now, but he still looks pretty big, especially for his height. So again, I don't know what weight this would take place at. So there's a pretty good indication that this fight will happen from what I heard. And this is the other thing. A lot of people, I guess, thought Mayweather was joking, Floyd Mayweather Jr., that is, about Mayweather Promotions. But from what I'm hearing, he's very serious about this. And you're going to see more and more Mayweather Promotions promoted fights. And this would obviously be one of them with J. Leon Love. It'd be a co-promotion, Al Heyman, and then also Mayweather Promotion. So Floyd is definitely serious about this promoter game and trying to make sure he puts on frequent Mayweather promotion cards. And I think that'll be a good look. If you had something like this at the StubHub, throw Tank on there. He's an action style fighter who's trying to make his way. He's had some exciting fights. I think that could be a good look if you throw a couple TMT guys on for the undercard just to put on some exciting fights. And again, like I said, I like this fight better than Badou Jack, just because Jack just seems more technical, bigger than J'Leon Love, so I don't really see Chavez Jr. probably looking great in that fight, at least right now, until he builds some confidence. So J'Leon Love has one loss, that was to Porky Medina. He's bounced back since then. He has some victories. And Chavez Jr. has 2 losses. Sergio Martinez, also Fonfara stoppage. He kind of quit in that particular fight. And he's riding a 1-win victory, and that was against Reyes, who's trained, I think, by Nacho Beristain. So let me know what you guys think. J'Leon Love, Chavez Jr., do you want to see it? Who wins this particular fight? Again, I don't have all the details in terms of the weight. So hopefully it's at the 168, and Chavez can just discipline himself to make 168, because I don't really like catch weights in general, especially when you should be able to land in one division, you know what I mean? Either fight at 175 or 168, because last fight, or the fight with Fonfara, he said 175 was too big for him, and that's not his natural size, which doesn't seem right because he rehydrates so much. But if that's the case, if 175 is too big, drop down to the next division and actually make the weight of 168. You guys let me know what you think. J'Leon Love versus Chavez Jr. I think this is a fun little summer fight for a card. Let me know. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you like my video. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.